Ka East West Group of Institution Bangalore, ka khot admission nakamta ka nursing but paramedical course, ka bala ithu da ka Indian Nursing Council, ka buy admission ka badunatam, but she's pa percent ka jinyokam. Pila ru ban apply da ka education loan.
Kum shibanda jong kathong man pundo jat yo drugs nakajala khamtam banyadai ki khna nakajing sha pungap ho drugs. Kasor kajala kan stang ban pa Pyntbit ye ki Nonghikai bakin long ki Ïasyllok ni ki counselor ban pelaj ye ki khna no drugs nado bagidang red. Umintri katna social welfare jong kasor kajala wa pol lengdo la yetho bakum magalong menta chis pa ngot ki Nonghikai ki la punkre banyo ye ki jing hikai bakin long ki counselor hapok shpau banai. Bagi Ïasyllok pat banweng ye kijing ma jong drugs na gi khana naru bagi dangret ulong baka sarkar ling ba jong ka dreams kala Pyntbit ye kijing troilang bat ka Sun Care Center for Neurology and Mental Health na kamta gi Nonghikai ba ki layo ye kijing Pyntbit kumno bagi Ïasyllok pat ki khana puli na do class 2 hado class 5 krang ba ki khana gin sngotu ye kijing don kam ban care na drugs uba pol ulai thu ba nakamta kani kakam ka sarkar chala kan be hado 100% ke jinglo jingsep ha kajing pule kabalong tang shipo haja tingka u director jong dreams ba Francis Kharchiang ulong bala punchlo di school bakin ji ya iwei Nonghikai ban pha shakani kajing Pyntbit bakin long ki counselor ulai thu ba kajing sha Pyntbit kan long tang shipo ngut ki Nonghikai ha ka shibnai bat ka ban ya hadu shipo bnai ha ka ba anyo pat ko ma shispa ngut ki Nonghikai ki ban long kum ki counselor
is essentially on the progress made by our Department of Social Welfare in containing and addressing the problem of drug abuse and addiction. So joining me is also our mission director, Francis Kharchiang, who has today completed 6 months in service as the mission director. As you are all aware, the government, through our department, is going all out in its effort to contain and eventually eradicate drug and the menace of drug trafficking from the state of Meghalaya. So we have adopted a multi-pronged approach, which is bearing results today. As I indicated to you last time, that the addiction rate has gone down by about 20%. But this does not mean that we rest on our laurels. The department is committed to further enhancing its efforts to contain this menace. And in this, one of the major initiatives that we have adopted today is that we will start by catering and addressing this menace from the embryonic stage, meaning we make efforts not to allow our young teens to be fascinated and take to drugs. So to do that, the Dream Mission has recently collaborated with Sun Care Center for Neurology and Mental Health, and we are now going for a course which Sun Care is already running, where teachers will be trained in counseling students, young children from classes 2 to class 5, where they will be impressed with the need to stay free from substance abuse. In this regard, I'm happy to share with you that the cost of this entire course is rupees 10,000, out of which the government will bear 50% of the course fee. So that's a major initiative that I'd like to share with you. Government funding teachers who will act as counselors in addressing, because we can't have all school children gathered in one place, so that we will instead train teachers who will act as counselors in the respective schools, for which government is funding 50% of the course fee.
You see, the idea is, the main theme of this idea is to catch them young. We feel, the government feels that if we can capture the minds of those in class, from class 2 to class 5, this will be a long-term strategy in our fight against drugs. But the dream itself, or the government itself, cannot visit these thousands of schools in the EU. So we have had a discussion with Suncare. Suncare has already been running a school counseling course. We feel that if every school has a counselor, then these counselors can play a very vital role and important role to work on them, to encourage children between class 2 and class 5. And that will have a long-term impact, where in a few years and all that, we will see a huge drop in substance abuse.
So this is voluntary, it's not mandatory for schools to participate in this course training, right?
I've had a discussion with, in fact, the director of Diesel, Directorate of Education and School Literacy, and they are very keen on this. So it is actually, and I've gone to around schools, particularly hotspots of Meghalaya, and I've had a discussion with many schools there. I've personally visited and spoken with the principals. All of them agree that a counselor is vital in each school. Unfortunately, some schools cannot afford to appoint counselors. So this course, we are encouraging the principals, the schools, to nominate one teacher, and that teacher becomes a counselor in the schools. So the idea is at least to have a counselor in the school, and that will have a great impact on our long-term strategy.
How many teachers will be trained, and how many schools are we planning to do?
The course is only for 10 teachers, but we are hoping that it will increase slowly.
Each year we will.
The idea is, this is a 1-month course, so in 10 months we'll be training 100 teachers. But we are partnering with Suncare. They may be increasing the number of trainees, and the idea is that these trainers can influence the children. The course fee is 10,000 rupees per year, and the government is willing to pay 50% of the course fees. And most of the schools are more than willing to partner with us. The one advantage that we have with Kerala is they are in English speaking. So that is already at least 25 to 30% of the language problems issued. Obviously, there will have language barriers, but we'll have to assist with some local intervention. But at least it's a start. The important thing, because for rehabilitation of any youth who has fallen in this problem, is the first step is detox. Unless they have undergo detox, they cannot go into rehabilitation. So that's the first step. So in a detox center, to run a detox center, a psychiatrist is mandatory to run that center. So without psychiatrists, we are also lost. And unfortunately, we have only 11 government psychiatrists in the state. So, and most of them are based in Shillong, in Nimhans and civil hospital. So we are having a crisis. So these are interventions which DREAM has looked. We have seen these are the issues which are plaguing. There are multiple issues. So this is one issue which we need to address. So although the language, I agree, that will be some issue, but then nevertheless, I think something, we have to start with something. We can't. And we're looking also for local psychiatrists who are trained, and we will also engage with them, definitely. The Psychiatrist Society of Shillong also, we will be engaging with them. But unfortunately, the thing is, we have to start out in the districts. So maybe some of them may not be willing to move to the districts, and so we can engage with these from Kerala.